No, I'll just let her know.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. If you're on Zoom with me, I'm happy to have you this morning, but I must advise you that you are in a court setting, so you need to treat yourselves as if you are in court. That means, Ms. Lee, you're gonna need to sit up for me, or I'm gonna have to take you off camera. Uh, And please conduct yourselves as if you were actually in the courtroom with me. Court will get started as soon as courtroom 2 and the attorneys join me.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Saint Serene in courtroom 2.
Good morning, Saint Serene. How are you today?
I'm good in yourself. I
Good, thank you.
let you know that I will not be pulling everybody out at once. I'll be pulling them out in bulks. So
Okay,
is that
that's
fine?
fine. Yeah, that's fine. Just let me know who you'd like to start with and when you'd like to start.
Okay.
Thank you. He didn't show up at the, some guy did. I'm just not sure if it was actually him because he wouldn't tell me his name.
Are we ready to get started in courtroom 2?
Yes, Your Honor. We can start with position number 19 through 20, Mr. Joyner.
And good morning, Mr. White. Mr. Joyner, it's going to be a negotiated plea.
It is, Your Honor.
Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Joyner. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Joyner. Good morning, Ms. Falk.
Good morning, Your Honor. PD White, is this a plea to both the initial case and the add-on?
The two cases listed?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the state's recommendation is 12 months served 30 days, credit for time served 16 days from September 17th to September 23rd, 2022, and March 3rd, 2025 until today, balance probated, a $1,000 fine, 2 victim impact panels, ADET, and DUI risk reduction. Count 2 and count 3 will merge with count 1. Count 4 is the driving while license suspended is 12 months served 30 days, credit for time served 16 days, and a $1,000 fine. There is also the add-on case, Your Honor, 22 CR 006757G. In that case, the state's recommendation on the DUI per se is 12 months served 24 hours, a $600 fine, ADET, DUI risk reduction and victim impact panel. The DUI less safe will merge with count 1. The no headlights will be 12 months concurrent with count 1 with the $265 fine. And the no license will be 12 months concurrent with count 1 with a $500 fine. The 22 CR 6757G case preceded the case that was on the calendar. So that's why the fines and fees are lower for that case than they are for the case on the calendar. We do ask the defense stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of the plea. That's all for the state.
Your Honor, we do stipulate for the purpose of the plea, we would ask that the fines as much as possible be converted to community service, and any waiver of fees that Your Honor sees fit while on probation, because I mean he's got about it's $33.65 in fines by my math, plus so plus all of the classes and alcohol drug evaluation and so forth. So quite a bit.
Okay. Mr. Joyner, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 002130E, you wish to plead guilty to driving under the influence of alcohol, less safe, and driving while your license was suspended or revoked. And in case 22 CR 006757G, you wish to plead guilty to driving under the influence per se, no headlights, and no license. Is that correct? You're gonna have to speak up just a bit for me, Mr. Joyner.
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the pleas as negotiated, Mr. Joyner. I will convert the all of the fines to community service if that will help you out. I will also have the probation go to a non-reporting status once you complete all the terms. Good luck to you, Mr. Joyner.
What's the fines converted to, Judge? 100 hours
Yes.
on each?
Well, it would be 336 hours. So
Okay, thank you.
Who do we have next?
Position number 6, Mr. Carr.
Mhm.
Carr.
24 hours. So maybe late tonight, but probably tomorrow.
Mr. Carr is also a negotiated plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Carr. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Mr. Carr, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
No.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Yes, Ms. Wall.
Yes, Your Honor. On the criminal trespass, the state's recommendation is 12 months served, 34 days, credit for time served 17 days. That's going to be from February 23rd, 2025 to today, balance suspended, and stay away from all Target stores. We do ask the defense stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of the plea. That's all for the state.
We so stipulate, Your Honor, nothing further.
I don't think so.
Mr. Carr, it's my understanding that in case 25 CR 0000928J, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. Is that right?
Yes,
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
no,
You've been represented by Mr. White there. Are you happy with what he's done for you?
yes,
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up that right?
yes,
Has anybody forced you to plead guilty?
no,
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Carr. You know you can't go back to any of those Target stores, okay?
that's fine, that's fine.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's fine.
Judge, on the community service officer, the other guy, the $265 is converted to what? 26 hours? Or- I'm sorry, but, I mean, I was gone, I'm talking on his second case, so it's 100 hours on the first charge and 100 hours on the fourth charge. And then on the add-on case, it's 60 hours for the DUI and 50 hours on the no license. And what about the 265 fine? How many hours is that?
What makes it add up to the number that was given?
Yeah, but I have to write them up individually.
Well, but then that's the only one that's left, right? So that would be,
26 hours.
Oh, 26 hours.
who do we have next, courtroom two?
This is position number 45 through 47, Mr. Thomas.
Okay, that's fine, I will do that, I will text the secretary, I'll pay him $200.
My sister.
Ms. Kim, this is your case?
Yes, I believe so. Is it 45? Did I hear correctly?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Isaac Thomas, we want to argue for bond reduction, Your Honor.
My auntie's number.
Okay, are you gonna file a waiver?
Yes,
Sure.
Your Honor.
Okay,
Then we do on
What's that?
8803, her name is Donna Morrow.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am, DONNA.
so, Ms. Kim, you understand that if he missed a court date with another judge, that I don't normally hear bond reductions. I send it back to the judge who issued the bond. Is there a reason I should change my practice this morning?
I believe that he was at the hospital, Georgia Regional Hospital, for his MH issues, Your Honor. That was the reason that he missed his court date. So we kind of want to set aside the failure to appear. However, I didn't get all the evidence from his sister yet. That's why, as of now, we would like to reduce the bond so he can pay for his sister can pay for the bond to be released for further treatment.
Okay, well, if you get the information that he was in the hospital and you get that to Ms. Tucker, then I'm happy to reinstate his bond. But I'm not gonna do anything until you get that. Can you get that this morning, or when are you able to get that?
I texted her this morning and I'll try to contact her throughout the hearing. And then maybe at the end, maybe we will visit to this case again, Your Honor.
Okay, that's fine
Okay.
with me. So, Mr. Thomas, good morning.
Uh,
Ms. Kim is gonna try to get some paperwork for me, and if she gets that paperwork this morning, then I'm going to reinstate your bond on this matter, okay? But she's gonna have to get that for me first. So, no, I don't want you saying anything, Mr. Thomas, because I don't want you to get in any more trouble than you already are, okay?
Judge, there is also a $3,000 good bond on the battery, family violence, and a $1,000 good bond on the criminal trespass. So just resolving that FTA will not release him today.
But it will definitely reduce bond amount so they can kind of work it out with it.
Okay, if you get that paperwork, Ms. Kim, I'll consider it all, okay?
He can call me, Mr. Thomas, you are more than welcome to call me so we can talk over the phone.
No money on the phone.
Oh, the jail officer will, and you use it.
But my sister talked to the solicitor, and the solicitor said gonna give me, 12-month probation. Or the solicitor,
Please, you have a right to remain silent. I'll be happy to discuss over the phone a little bit later.
Okay, we'll be back to you, Mr. Thomas.
All right.
we on this third, it's, you go.
This is position number 54 and 55, Mr. Woods. This is Ms. McLeod's case.
Good morning, Ms. McLeod.
Morning, Your Honor.
What are we doing with Mr. Woods this morning?
This is going to be a negotiated plea this morning, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Good morning, Mr. Woods. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Speak up for me, sir.
Sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Woods. Yes, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge, on position 54, count 1, criminal trespass will be 12 months to serve 46 days, credit for time served 23 days, balance suspended with a stay away from 196 Old Holcomb Bridge Way in Roswell. Count 2, criminal trespass will be 12 months probation concurrent with count 1. And on position 55, criminal trespass with the terms 12 months to serve 32 days, credit for time served 16 days in this case. Balance probated, to have no further contact with Justice Dawson, to stay away from 1230 Cheshire Drive, Alpharetta, and to pay $200 in restitution to Justice Dawson. I will put her contact information for that restitution in the chat.
Did she send it in an email to me? Because I'm not gonna be looking at the chat. This is
Okay.
Katrina. Thank
Email
you.
to Katrina Lewis.
Yes, please.
Got you.
Thank you, Ms. McLeod.
Yes, Your Honor, that is our understanding of the terms of the plea. I would ask the court if his probation could be suspended after he makes that payment, the $200 restitution.
Okay. Anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Woods, it's my understanding that in case 25 CR 000682E, you wish to plead guilty to 2 counts of criminal trespass, and in case 25 CR 000967E, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. Is that right?
Sir. Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the pleas as negotiated. Mr. Woods, as soon as you pay the $200 in restitution, I'll have the probation terminate. So the sooner you get that done, the sooner you're not going to be on probation, okay? Ms. McLeod,
Do you
Mr.
have
Woods
a
has a...
question, Mr. Woods? You can always ask the jail to call me back and I will address it with you.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
That concludes my business before the court. May I be excused?
Yes, have a good rest of your morning.
Thank you, Your
Thank
Honor.
you. Mr. Murphy, who are you here for today?
Walter Price. I believe he's number 3 on the add-on.
What are we doing with Mr. Price today?
Judge, he is on this case, he's charged with battery. He's actually, and there is a bond on there, a good bond. He's charged with an incident from the jail. Your Honor, he is, though, initially being held on a felony probation matter. He's indicated that that's been resolved, but he's going to be attending a facility called
Hello.
give me a sorry. Better Way Ministries in Sonoya, Georgia. He says that's been worked out with his probation. and the DA's office. So Judge, at this point, since he is on probation, we're not really interested in any offer. Judge, I'd ask to consider
It's clicking, right?
allowing a signature bond on the matter.
Thank you.
He would, if you allow a signature bond, he can go to this Better Ministries program. And that program is going to be at least 6 months. But upon his return, he'll stay with his sister at 10864 Travelers Trail in Jonesboro, 30238. His sister was aware of this, and she has agreed that he would stay with her. He has stayed with her for the last 7 years. So again, George, we would just ask the court to consider a signature bond on the current charge so he can be sent to the Better Ministries. It's the treatment facility.
Okay, I was just wanting to make sure that we needed Mr. Price here this morning. Do we have Mr. Price in courtroom 2 as of yet?
No, Your Honor.
Say it again for me.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm happy to consider that, Mr. Murphy, but I want to have Mr. Price before me before I consider it, so.
Sorry,
And if you can chat, I guess if Ms. Falk is handling this, if she might want to know the name of that facility that he's to be released to, I
Yeah.
want to get her input in this also when he comes before us. So whatever information you can get to Ms. Falk that she doesn't already have, might be helpful.
A copy of the probation revocation order, which probably has that information on there, would also be helpful.
Okay, I'm going to jump off just for a second, see if the sister has it.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
He'll be brought in on medical, so
Okay, that's fine. Who do we have next?
this is position number 35, Mr. Rooks.
Good morning, Mr. Chatai. What are we doing with Mr. Rooks this morning?
Good morning, Your Honor. This is a negotiated plea.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Rooks. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Rooks. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge, on count 1, obstruction, that's going to be 12 months to serve 60 days, credit for time served 17 days, balance probated, a $300 fine, 40 hours of community service, and to stay away from 445 Markham Street in Atlanta. On position 2, that possession and display of identification of another, that's going to be 12 months probation concurrent with count 1, to have no further contact with any of the victims. That's Laura Northern, Anaya Jones, Mackenzie Pavilion, and Joan Harvey.
Mr. Chatai?
We stipulate, Your Honor, and I also ask the court to consider having Mr. Rooks go on a non-reporting status once he pays the fine and performs the 40 hours of community service.
Okay. Mr. Rooks, it's my understanding that in case 25 CR 000952D, you wish to plead guilty to willful obstruction of law enforcement officers and possess, display, or use identification of another without consent. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and if by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up the right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Rooks. When you complete the terms of the probation, I'll have it go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation and have to pay those fees, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Kate Milton at KCDC, sir.
Good morning, Officer Milton. How are you today?
Good, sir. I have before you position number 8, Pete Ferguson.
Okay. Mr. White, what are we doing with Mr. Ferguson this morning? Is Mr. White there in courtroom 2?
Yeah.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, this is, Mr. Ferguson. Have you had a chance to speak with him?
Mr. Ferguson is, don't believe he's lying.
You have, to be announced on the sheet.
Yeah. He's not my judge. I usually don't.
Oh, okay. I only said that because your name's beside him right here.
Oh, okay. Right.
So that's, so,
Has someone spoken to him, Mr. Ferguson?
good morning, Mr. Ferguson. Can you hear me okay, sir? Have you spoken with an attorney regarding your case before today?
What case is it? I'm not sure what case.
Speak up and speak right there, please.
I'm not sure what case it is.
Okay, have you? No, it's not a probation case. This is a simple battery family violence case, Mr. Ferguson. Have you spoken? My only question to you is, have you spoken with an attorney regarding that charge?
No,
I don't think that he has, Mr. White. So if we can have someone speak with him, please.
Sure. Take care of that.
I will call courtroom 2, Your Honor.
Okay,
At
thank you.
26. All right. Can we go to petition number 13 and 14, Ms. Hillsop?
Okay, Ms. Kim, this is your case. Ms. Kim, are you with me?
You said 13 and 14, Judge?
Yes.
She may still be on the phone with, was it Thomas?
I just got done with it. Is it my
Okay.
client?
Yes, this is position number,
yes.
number 13 and 14.
Yes, this is negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Yes, good morning, ma'am. Can you pronounce your last name for me, please? Say it again. Yes, good morning, ma'am. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Say it again for me.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You can place your hand down, ma'am. Yes, Ms. Falk.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation on the theft by shoplifting is 12 months served, 30 days, credit for time served, 15 days. From December 28th to January 2nd, 2024, and March 3rd, 2025 until today. Balance probated an anti-theft course, stay away from all Target stores, and a $500 fine. On position number 14, the state will be entering a null pros upon the acceptance of this plea. We do ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of this plea. That's all for the state.
Ms. Kim?
Yes, we do stipulate so.
Okay. Ms. Heaslop, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 008416Y, you wish to plead guilty to theft by shoplifting. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning? You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury? Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty? I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Let's see, when you complete the terms of the probation, I'll have it terminate. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you're not going to be on probation, okay? Good luck to you, ma'am.
Judge Murray, good morning, it's Officer Blunt. I have Mr. Walter Price add on.
Yes, good morning, Officer Blunt. Let's see. And is Mr. Murphy back on with us? Okay, we'll have to wait till Mr. Murphy gets back on. This was his client, so we'll be right with you as soon as Mr. Murphy rejoins us. Thank you. Who do we have next?
We can go to position number 15 and 16, Mr. Jackson. Jackson.
What are we doing with Mr. Jackson this morning, Mr. White?
Your Honor, he was a negotiated plea, which have a few
Okay.
about probation.
Good morning, Mr. Jackson. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, sir. Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation on this case is on position 15. The, excuse me, just scrolling got a little out of control just over here just now. Position 15, the theft of services, 12 months served, 114 days, credit for time served, 57 days. That is going to be from July 29th to August 1st, 2023, January 18th, 2025 until today. Balance probated in anti-theft course. Stay away from the 12 Hotel at 400 West Peachtree Street in Atlanta. Count 2, 12 months concurrent with count 1 and a $300 fine. We do ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of this plea. Position 16 will be null prost upon the acceptance of this plea. That's all for the state.
Your Honor, we do stipulate for the purposes of the plea. We just asked that he be allowed to report by phone and mail. He lives in Charlotte, and at the probation terminate upon completion of the requirements.
Okay. Mr. Jackson, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 004692H, you wish to plead guilty to theft of service and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Jackson. When you complete the terms of the probation, I'll have it terminate, and I don't mind if you report by phone.
Okay, thank you.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Jackson.
All right.
Next, we have position 8, Mr. Ferguson.
And Your Honor, that's going to be a waiver.
Okay,
Which position was that again?
position number 8. Mr. Ferguson, your case will be returned to the division judge. You'll get notification of your next hearing date, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Mr. Lewis, I see you on the line. You represent, I believe, positions 1 and 2. What are we doing with Mr. Balkman today?
Judge, I'm asking you to hold for my report. I just learned this morning that he is confined in custody, and I need to know exactly which facility he is confined in so I can get to him to convey the state's offer. And good morning to you, by the way.
Good morning, Mr. Lewis.
It looks like he's in the Fulton County Jail. I can send the cell number to Attorney Lewis.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, beautiful, excellent. I don't know which prosecutor that was talking, but you got my cell phone number?
I don't. I was just putting it in the chat.
Okay, all right, good deal.
So
That
once
sounds great.
once you get to a place where you can stop, you can take a look.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Shelley Fall, I see it. Thank you, ma'am.
All right.
Judge, hold for my report.
Okay, very good. Who do we have next?
Your Honor, we can do position number 21 and 22, Mr. Lancaster.
Okay. Okay. Good morning, Mr. Lancaster. Let's see. This is going to be a bond hearing.
It is, Your Honor.
So he apparently missed a court date. Is that right, Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor.
And can you tell me who that was before?
Yes, Your Honor, and just give me one moment. It looks like it was the case was originally in Judge Morrison's courtroom. Let's see, there were a couple of things in the events calendar. There was a return to sender notice March 21st, a dormant case warrant issued April 6th. That warrant was voided July 3rd of 2024. So the April 6th was 2018, and then 6 years later, that arrest warrant was voided. Then the case was then set again. A return to sender came back November 21st, 2024, and then another dormant warrant was issued December 5th, 2024, cash bond only. And then he was arrested on this case.
Okay, Mr. White.
Your Honor, 8 years before his first court date.
That is incorrect. Let me just clarify. His first court date was in 2018. He bench warranted, then the warrant was voided, then he was re-noticed, then he bench warranted.
Well,
So first court date was not 2024.
can I finish? Please. Your Honor, so let's just say there was a court date, 2018. There was 6 years between the next court date. He went to this municipal court, got this reset, gave them a change of address. Apparently that change of address did not make it to Fulton County. That's why it was returned to sender. So he actually has not received notice for either of the last 2 court dates. Being that this case is 8.5 years old at this point, it's traffic offense, and we would ask that he be allowed to sign his own bond. We have an address. If Fulton County does not have the correct address, we have the correct address for him. And considering the age of this and the issues with him not receiving any notice, we think it's fair that he be allowed to sign his own bond.
Okay.
And Your Honor, if I may just say, this is a hit and run case involving the striking of a pedestrian who had injuries. So this is not just a simple fender bender case. This actually involved a victim who was struck by a car.
And Judge, I would add that the state, if he had entered a guilty plea today, was willing to let him go for that. So would it be a time served plus probation?
So give me a minute.
Yeah.
Are you taking the plea or not?
We haven't made it to his.
Okay, so Ms. Lewis has some information for me. If you'll start from the top with he did come in and change his address. Start from there, Ms. Lewis.
Okay, he was originally scheduled for a plea and arraignment on April the 6th of 2018, and he missed court. And then Judge Morrison has scheduled him on a trial calendar. She scheduled him on a trial calendar on July the 3rd of 24. I don't know what happened that day, but he came in our physical office and did a notice of reset on July the 3rd, the same day he was supposed to be in court. I don't know if he showed up for the courtroom late that day. That was July the 3rd of 2024. He came down to the clerk's office and changed his address. And then Judge Morrison set the case back on a calendar on December the 5th of 2024. And he missed his court date then, and this is where we at today.
And what I hear is notice was returned, so he did not receive notice.
Well, it's kind of hard to say that because he came to the office and gave us that address.
Right, so yeah, that is hard to say because it's his signature, it appears, and his change of address, and when the next notice went out, he missed court.
But it didn't get to him. For whatever reason, we don't know if it went to the right address. It's not necessary. We cannot assume that it's his fault that it didn't get there. It was.
Okay, this is why I don't handle these here, because it's not my bond. I'm gonna return, I'm gonna do what I normally do. I'm returning it to Judge Morrison and let her
Thank
make
you,
a
Your Honor.
determination. All right, good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, ACDC. Yes.
Is he waiving his arraignment? Is he waiving?
He'd actually like to accept the state's offer.
Okay. Let's see that again.
We put the same address that he put on that notice right here. So if he missed the apartment number on it, that was not our fault. Because I think these apartments supposed to be here, but he didn't have apartment number on there.
Your Honor, the state is also looking at this reset for arraignment information, and it is the exact same as on the notice of return. I went back and forth, looked at the notice of return and looked at the information he provided on July 3rd, 2024. The date, the address is the exact same.
Still doesn't mean you got it.
Okay, so he's here now. It appears that he wants to take a plea. Good morning again, Mr. Lancaster. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lancaster. You can place your hand down. Yes, Ms. Fall.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation on the suspended license is 12 months, serve 18 days, credit for time served 9 days from March 3rd, 2025. Balance probated, $1,000 fine. On the hit and run, it is 12 months, serve 18 days, credit for time served 9 days. Same date, $1,000 fine and 40 hours of community service. We do ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of the plea. We will agree to null pros position 21 upon a plea on position 22. And at this time, we would like to sound for, just a moment, let me pull up the name. Michaela Kravitz. Michaela Kravitz.
That individual is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity to do so. Mr. White.
Your Honor, we'd ask to enter this plea as a NOLO and allows probation to terminate once he completes all of his time. Community service.
Any objection from the state?
Just looking at the defendant's history briefly, Your Honor. See, he had a NOLO in 2016, so that wouldn't be a problem. He had a NOLO in 2019 for suspended license. So he would be entitled to a NOLO. The state would object to it based on the fact that he has used NOLO 2 previous times on traffic offenses, but that is up to the court.
Given the age of the case, I'll allow him to use a NOLO. Okay, nothing further. Mr. Lancaster, it's my understanding that in case 18 CR 001531E, you wish to plead NOLO to suspended or revoke license and hit and run. Is that correct?
Sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
Sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading NOLO to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead NOLO?
No, sir.
I'll accept the NOLO. Please, Mr. Lancaster, when you complete the terms of the probation, it'll terminate. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you'll be off probation. Good luck to you, sir.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Your Honor.
Yes.
ACB position 23 and 24, Sierra Lee.
Okay.
Your Honor, the first one, she would like to plead NOLO, since she has not used it for the last 5 years. And second charge, she would like to plead guilty.
And was that worked out with the state?
Not yet, Your
Right.
Honor.
I did check, she does qualify.
Okay, so position 23 will be a NOLO plea. Position 24 will be a guilty plea. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Good morning, Ms. Lee. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, ma'am? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this? Keep your hand up. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can place your hand down now, Ms. Lee. Thank you. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge, Ms. Lee will be pleading NOLO to count 1, simple assault with the terms 12 months to serve 40 days, credit for time served 20 days, balance probated, to have no further contact with Daniel Montgomery, to stay away from 3400 Creek Point Drive in East Point, that's a courtyard at Marriott Hotel, to complete 8 weeks of anger management, complete 40 hours of community service, and to have no firearms on probation. Count 2 simple assault will be 12 months probation concurrent with count 1 with no further contact with Nicole Jordan. On position 24, Ms. Lee will be pleading guilty to theft by shoplifting with the terms 12 months to serve 34 days, credit for time served 17 days, balance probated, to complete an anti-theft course, pay a $500 fine, and to stay away from the Target located at 375 18th Street in Atlanta.
Your Honor, my client is currently unemployed. May we please change $500 fine to 50 hours of community service? And also maybe we can waive a couple months of probation fees.
Okay, anything further, Ms. Kim?
And also probation to be terminated upon completion of all those conditions.
Okay. Ms. Lee, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 008409H, you wish to plead NOLO to 2 counts of simple assault. And in case 25 CR 000934H, you wish to plead guilty to theft by shoplifting. Is that correct? Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time? You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation? You hear my question, Ms. Lee?
Yeah.
Okay, let me,
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
I'm having, Officer Milton, I'm having difficulty hearing, so she either has to come closer to the microphone or speak up for me.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Let me ask you the last question again, Ms. Lee. You've been represented by Ms. Kim. Are you happy with what she's done for you?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading NOLO and guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead NOLO and guilty?
No.
Okay, I'll accept the NOLO plea and the guilty plea as negotiated. As far as the $500 fine in the theft by shoplifting, it'll be converted to 50 hours of community service. I'm not going to waive any fees, but I will have the probation go to a non-reporting status once you've completed the terms, which means that the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation and have to pay those fees. Okay, Ms. Lee?
Oh, okay.
All right. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank
Add-on number two, Mr. Murphy's client.
Okay, Mr. Murphy, were you able to get the information to Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor, I have the information.
Okay, and
Yes, Judge.
all right, and Ms. Falk, any disagreements with the request of counsel?
No, the defendant's currently on a $500 surety bond that was issued by Your Honor. The state does not oppose him being released to the Better Way, I believe was the name of the, let's see.
That's correct.
Better Way Ministries program. I will just let the court know that the probation order does say this is the defendant's second chance in this program. And so if he is not successful this time, he will be revoked, according to the order signed by Judge Mao. So state doesn't have an objection.
Okay, so Mr. Murphy, if you will change that surety bond to a signature bond.
So it'll be $500 sign-on bond.
Yes, and with the stipulation of that it has to that he has to be released a Better Way and that he has to complete that program.
And no further contact with Carlos Peterson.
And I'm not sure if anything else was in the original bond, but whatever else was in the original bond, Mr. Murphy.
Yes, so 500 signature bond released a Better Way, attendant complete, and no further contact with the alleged victim.
Please make sure you put signature bond through the jail.
Okay, and make sure it's noted that it's through the jail. All right, good luck to you, Mr. Price.
Thank you, Your Honor, and I'll have her down this morning.
Okay, thank you. Have a good rest of your day, Mr. Murphy.
Your Honor, this is position number 27, Mr. Newkirk.
And this is Mr. Chatai's case,
Yes, Your Honor.
a negotiated plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Newkirk. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Newkirk. Given that you have the mask on, you're gonna have to speak up for me, Mr. Newkirk, okay? You don't have to take it off, but you have to make sure that we can hear you, okay? Yes, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge, this is a plea to theft by taking with the terms 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served 15 days, balance probated, to complete the anti-theft course, complete 40 hours of community service, and to stay away from 234 Memorial Drive in Atlanta. That's the Welcome House.
Yes, Mr. Chatai.
We stipulate, Your Honor, and I also ask this court to consider having my client go on a non-reporting status once he completes the anti-theft course on the 40 hours of community service.
Okay. What is Welcome House?
I'm not
Do
sure.
we know, Ms. Tucker?
I believe it is like a rooming house.
If I may speak, hi, this is Emma with the PAT Initiative.
Yes, good morning. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Judge. Excuse me. Welcome House is a permanent supportive housing facility accessible through the City of Atlanta's coordinated entry for chronically homeless individuals. Ms. Newkirk has been staying there for almost a year at this point. She does have another, I'm her caseworker, and she has another housing placement available to her. However, she will need to move her belongings and the like out of Welcome House, that location. So just something to consider.
Okay, I just want to make sure because you're saying she, and this is Mr. Brian Newkirk.
Yes, I'm talking about the right person.
Okay, so we are talking about the.
Yeah, I'm using
Okay.
their preferred pronouns.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure. So thank you. So she has a place to stay. Tell me again, as far as, is she welcome back at Welcome House?
At least to get her belongings. I'm certain of that matter.
Okay.
We're in touch with the housing manager there who's facilitating a move to another location. Pat has been able to provide a temporary shelter referral while she waits for move-in to the new location. However, she will need to return to get her belongings. And Pat may be able to support her with that.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ms. Tucker, what was taken?
Yes, Judge, give me one moment. A microwave.
Okay. And was it returned?
No. No, it was not.
Okay. Anything further, Mr. Jatai?
One moment, Your Honor, my client, I need to confer with my client. He's trying to tell me something.
Who do I have on from pretrial? Ms. Washington?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, good morning. Does Ms. Newkirk have any other thefts in her history?
This is Bryant Newcourt.
Yes.
Okay.
Your Honor, my client informs me that the PAC counselor informed me that the microwave was returned, so he has a PAC counselor.
Yeah, name Bean. Bean had told my counselor, told me Monday that he had already talked to the people at the Welcome House and that they had got the microwave back. I don't know if Emma aware of that, or did he talk to her about that yet, but he did tell me that day before I came to court yesterday.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Ms. Washington.
Yes, I see several theft by receiving stolen properties dating back to like 1994. So there are several theft-related convictions and arrests.
Anything in the last 10 years?
There was a theft by shoplifting in 2015, misdemeanor. Felony convictions for probation violations. And I see nothing between 2015 and this case for actual theft related conviction out of Georgia.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything further, Mr. Jatai, Ms. Tucker?
Nothing further.
Take the plea.
Yes, Judge, although it's not theft, I do see a robbery out of 2017, and that's theft related to me. Nothing further.
Was there a disposition?
No.
Okay. Ms. Newkirk, it's my understanding that in case 25 CR 000995E, you wish to plead guilty to theft by taking, is that correct?
Oh, yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, sir, no, I'm not.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
I am, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury? Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Newkirk. Based on what I've heard, the court sentence is going to be 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served 15 days. the balance suspended. You're gonna also have to stay away from the Welcome House. I'm gonna let you go back there on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings that you have. I want you to continue to work with the PAD program for to allow them to continue to assist you. But I do think 15 days that you've been in custody will suffice. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Ma'am.
Next, we have Your Honor, position 33 and 34, Ms. Robinson.
Robert.
Okay, Ms. Kim, this is your case.
Yes, Your Honor.
And what are you doing with Ms. Robinson
Yes,
today?
this is negotiated plea, except that instead of the fine, she wants to see if we can do community service since she is currently unemployed.
It's 10 o'clock.
Okay. Good morning, Ms. Robinson. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Speak up for me.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it, Ms. Robinson.
Yes, Ms. Tucker.
Yes,
Judge,
put your
she's
hand down.
pleading
You can put your
to-
hand down, Ms. Robinson.
To count 1, DUI less safe with the terms 12 months to serve 28 days, credit for time served 14 days, balance probated, to complete the alcohol and drug evaluation and treatment, to complete the risk reduction course, pay a $500 fine, complete a victim impact panel, and 40 hours community service. On count 2, hit and run. It's going to be 12 months probation concurrent with count 1 with a $300 fine. On count 3, no proof of insurance. It's going to be 12 months probation concurrent with count 1 with a $350 fine. And on count 4, knowingly driving on a suspended registration. It's going to be 12 months probation concurrent with count 1 with a $500 fine. Position 34, that failure to appear will be null prost.
Okay, Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor, this case was actually almost 4.5 years old, Your Honor. It's from 2020. So instead of fine, if we do community service, 50 hours, 30 hours, and 35 hours, 50 hours, the total will be 235 community service hours, Your Honor. And we stipulate for the purpose of the plea.
Okay, Ms. Robinson, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 007800A, you wish to plead guilty to driving under the influence of alcohol, less safe, hit and run, no proof of insurance, and knowingly driving a motor vehicle on a suspended or canceled or revoked registration. Is that correct?
If I may, Your Honor, may I say something?
You have a right to
remain
you have-
silent, Miss Robinson. Please do not say anything. You are more than welcome to call me later and we can discuss. Your Honor, actually, my calculation was wrong. It's actually 205 hours. I think that's what she meant to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. So that was your question, Ms. Robinson?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to address that, Ms. Kim. I came up with 205 as well, so wasn't going to make her do more than. Okay. So it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to those charges. Is that right, Ms. Robinson?
Yes, sir, correct, Ms. Robinson.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Robinson. We will convert the fines to community service. In addition, once you complete all the terms of the probation, I'll have it go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation and have to pay those fees, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Good luck to you, Ms. Robinson.
Position 28, 29, Mr. Reginald Prudence.
What are we doing with Mr. Prudent this morning? Mr. Chatai in the courtroom with me?
I think you need to speak with him.
I do.
Okay. Medical, can we have Mr. Chatai call us to speak with Mr. Prudent? Or however you want to do it?
It has to be a breakout. I don't have a phone.
Miss Grace is on the breakout thing.
Okay. Do you have a laptop, Mr. Chatai?
I do, Your Honor. Just a moment. Let me log on.
Okay, so we'll place him into a breakout room on his laptop when he gets situated.
Your Honor, can we go back to Miss Kim's client, position number 45 and 47?
Your Honor, I was not able to contact his sister, so I do not have any paperwork. That's the only thing.
We did speak with her and she indicated she would be on the Zoom today.
Okay.
If we could sound for Miss Cynthia Thomas.
If Miss Cynthia Thomas is on the line, if you'll activate your camera and unmute yourself. Doesn't appear that she's on the line. So I'm happy to, if you want to revisit this next week, Miss Kim, I'm happy
Yeah.
to put it on for my calendar on next Tuesday.
Sure.
Okay, so that's the 18th, I believe.
Yes, sir.
All
Sure.
right, so we'll reset Mr. Thomas to 3:18.
Your Honor, he wants to speak to Miss Kim again, but before we do that, I have position number on the add-on, Mr. Malpahan. That's
Oh, yeah.
1 and 2. That's also Kim's client.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
is that,
gonna get you kicked out. I hear you. I just told her that you wanted to talk to her. So please.
okay, so tell me where I'm going now.
This is position 1 and 2 on the add-on.
Okay, so Mr.
I
Malcolm
believe this is-
Hannon, I saw him at the good morning again, sir. I saw him at my SEA calendar this past week and wanted him on this calendar. His mom was on at that time, I believe, as well, and that's Miss Rachel here. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe she's here as
Yes,
well.
sir. Yes, Your Honor, here.
Right, and we were trying to get him into a sober living facility. Have you all been able to make any progress on that?
Yes, Your Honor. And Your Honor, if I may ask as well, the facility has offered, they're on speed dial. If I need to call them to share any information, they're available. The representative for that facility is available if needed.
Okay.
And we would like to do it at the breakout room, Your Honor, for
Well,
confidentiality.
if everyone's in agreement, then we don't have to do that. So my concern at that calendar was that that we take a look at it. I didn't want him to have to be incarcerated longer than necessary, which is why I placed him on today's calendar. It's normally a 2-week reset, but I wanted to see him before then. So good morning again, Mr. Malcolm Hanan. Let's see, can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Yes, Ms. Falk.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation on this case is on count 1 and 2, 12 months concurrent with count 3. Count 3, 12 months served, 14 days, credit for time served, 7 days. That was from March 5th, 2025, balance probated. Attend a sober living facility within 30 days of release. No further violent contact with Rochelle McElhennon and Callie McElhennon. On position 2, the criminal trespass is 12 months served, 4 days, credit for time served, 2 days, balance suspended, no further violent contact with Rochelle McElhennon. And count 2 criminal trespass will merge with count 1.
Verify his address to see if his address is correct.
The state would, you have heard from Mrs. McElhennon about the process that she is trying to get her son into. She also spoke with our victim advocate. I don't know if there's anything else she would like to say, but we would like to sound for her, and we do ask the defense to stipulate to venue factual basis and identification for the purposes of the plea.
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Anything further that you'd like to say?
Just that we have successfully set up a facility, and I'm fine with him coming home to gather his things and go to the facility. They, yes, like I said, they are available to speak with whomever they need to speak with as well, and would like to actually speak with him. They have a couple of questions just upon entering. I don't know if he's able to call them today on his own, or if he needs to be released to make the phone call.
Okay, once he is released, where does he plan on going?
To my home.
Okay, so you plan on picking him up, ma'am?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so I'll allow you to make whatever arrangements that you need to make with the sober living facility once you pick him up. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, but by the terms of this agreement, he's to enter that. I would like him to go as soon as possible, but the state is giving him 30 days upon release to get into that program. But I would like for you to try to get him into that program as quickly as possible. Okay.
Yes, sir. They would like to have him come today.
Okay.
If we can get everything done.
Very good.
Your Honor, I have a question. I was also told to ask, can this be a bond condition? I don't know the terms, so forgive me. You might have already said something that
this isn't a bond hearing this morning. That's what we had the last time that you were before me. This is he is pleading guilty to these criminal trespass charges and this disorderly conduct charge.
Thank you.
But Ms. McElhennon, it is a condition of his probation that he do the program.
Okay. Thank you. That's what I wanted. Thank you very much.
All right. Anything further, Ms. Kim?
Nothing further from defense, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. McElhennon, it's my understanding that in case 25 CR 001166J, you wish to plead guilty to 2 counts of criminal trespass, damage to property, and disorderly conduct. And in case 24 CR 005223J, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. Is that right?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and not by pleading guilty to them. You're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. When you complete the terms of the probation, I'll have it go to a non-reporting status. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Go back to position 28 and 29.
Yes. I'm sorry. Tell me again.
28 and 29.
Okay.
Your Honor, I just sent a waiver of appearance for Mr. Pruden. Also, I wanted to move this court to reinstate Mr. Prudent's bond. I have confirmation that Mr. Prudent was in the custody of Lumpkin County. I reached out to the Solicitor General's office yesterday and sent this confirmation. So my understanding is that the failure to appear that he has is going to be null process. So for that reason, I asked for his bond to be reinstated on the underlying case.
Yes, Judge. As soon as court is over, when I send over all the null process, I will be submitting a null process for position 29, his FDA.
Okay,
to
so,
understand
a null pros for position 29 and 28 is a waiver.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything further for Mr. Prudent this morning?
Just to have his bond reinstated for the underlying case, since the failure to appear is being null processed.
Okay, and that's fine, and I take it that's fine with you, Ms. Tucker?
Yeah, no objection.
Okay.
Everybody.
All right, so we'll reinstate that.
Yeah, excuse me, Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt, but when y'all talking about reinstating these bonds, y'all understand that these people are made in bond through these surety bonding companies, and you have to understand that these bonding companies came off the bond, how you guys gonna reinstate them back on these bonds if they're not on it, on a bond? And the
Okay.
bond is over the statute of limitation of time, so these bonding companies are not responsible
Okay,
for.
I'm just gonna give him a signature bond, okay? So what was his original bond, Mr. Chutai?
The original bond was $1,000 surety bond.
Okay, so Mr. Chutai, it'll be $1,000 signature bond through the jail. Stay away from 40 Peachtree Valley Road. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Okay, if you'll get that to Ms. Lewis, she'll get it to me and we'll get it signed and entered, okay? You're on mute there, Mr. Chutai, but I take it that was okay. Okay, all right, who do we have next? Say it again for me.
Position 43.
Okay.
Your Honor, this will be pro se plea, Your Honor.
Okay, and you spoke with him,
Yes.
Ms. Kim, and what was the issue as far as representation?
There's another probation issue that I do not know how it's gonna impact. So I was kind of like advising him to maybe we kind of wait until I verify all the issues, but he wants to move forward.
So he's on probation for another charge at the present time?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what's he on probation for?
I believe that was, give me 1 second, Your Honor. I had a note, but it kind of went. Sorry, I forgot. Do you have it, ASG Tucker? Maybe she has it on hand. Let me see. It's 43.
Sorry, I was on mute. Is it for criminal trespass and giving false name?
I think that was what it was. Something like that. It was almost similar case.
Is there a hold on that case for any reason?
There's a probation revocation held. The hearing will be April.
Okay, so is that holding him in, will that be holding him in custody until that
Yes.
time?
Yes.
Okay, so Mr. Thomas, good morning. You understand what Ms. Kim is saying, sir, that you have a probation hold on another case and that she wants to be able to look into that before she has you plea out on this case, because that could affect your probation case. Okay, so so you do have a right to have an attorney represent you at these matters. You have a right to remain silent, and anything that you say can be used against you. I would be happy to let Ms. Kim continue to represent you and be able to speak on your behalf in that regard, so that and that you could come back before me at a later time if you choose, if you still want to enter a plea. But I believe what she's advising you is to give her some additional time, since you're not going to be getting that anyway, so that she can look into that probation matter for you. Will you allow her to do that for me?
I was thinking just go ahead and get the one that's going to be over with, over with, and just
Okay,
come
but
back to that.
but you do realize that you're not going to get out of custody even if you take this plea to this criminal trespass today. You understand that?
Yes, sir. Can I ask a question?
Okay, and you would still like to go forward even though you're not going to be getting out of custody on this matter? Is that
With the
right?
bond? Yes, sir.
Say it again.
I was asking about the bond. Would the bond be revoked also?
So if you'll give Ms. Kim until next week to look into this, what I could do is once she looks into it for you, I could bring you back on my calendar next week. And if you want to proceed after you get her advice at that time, I'll let you proceed, or we'll have a bond hearing on the matter. I don't mind looking into the bond again. Okay?
Yes, sir. So I can still bond out?
Say it again.
So I can still bond out?
Well, you must already have a bond on this case. What's his bond, Ms. Kim?
$1,000 for this case, but
It's a
there's
bond issue,
another
sir.
case that will still hold him.
Right. So it's $1,000 for this case. So you do have a bond on this matter. Okay, but what I'm telling you, Mr. Thomas, is like if you will let Ms. Kim look into that other matter for you and come back before me next week, I'll reconsider that bond. Did I issue that bond?
Yes, you did, Judge.
Okay, so I issued that bond, so I'm willing to reconsider that bond, but I want her to be able to look into this other matter so it doesn't adversely affect you, okay?
Yes, a revocation hearing from Judge Taylor, April the 4th.
Okay. Is that okay with you, Mr. Thomas, that you come back before me next week?
Yes, sir.
Is that a yes?
Yes, sir. What's the exact date, please?
Next week is the 18th.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I'm being told that you have a bond revocation hearing,
Probation, Judge.
probation hearing on what date?
April the 4th.
On April 4th before another judge. Okay, but I'll see you back here next week, okay, Mr. Thomas? All right, thank you, sir.
Judge Morrow,
Yes, Mr.
before
Lewis.
you move, I apologize for interrupting your conference, sir. May I speak directly to Ms. Falk for just a second, Judge?
You want to go into a breakout room with her, or you want to be able to speak in
No,
open
it's just
court?
that in her chat, I see something that says FCJ, but I don't see the cell phone number for the jail.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not the cell phone number. I was giving you the cell number.
Oh, the cell number.
Correct.
Okay.
FCJ is Fulton County Jail, and then I provided your client's cell number so that you could also give that to the jail once you arrive.
Okay, now I understand. All right,
Mhm.
thank you, Judge. It'll be a little bit longer, Judge.
Okay,
All right, thanks. Bye.
all right. Who do we have next?
What is he trying to do? Your Honor, this is position number 32, Mr. Roberts. And if I may ask, what is Mr. Lewis trying to do?
Speak with Mr. Balkman, the young man that is there I guess on this calendar today.
Yeah, he's in quorum too. If he could just give us a call at 22060.
Got it. Understood. I got that number. You're good. I'll call right now. Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, you're welcome.
I'm sorry, what position we were on?
Okay, so this is position 32, Mr. Preston Roberts, is that right?
Yes.
And this is going to be a negotiated plea, Mr. Chatai?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Good morning, Mr. Roberts. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Roberts. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Roberts is pleading guilty to count 1, simple battery against police officer with the terms 12 months to serve 34 days, credit for time served 17 days, balance probated, to have no further violent contact with Officer D. Jones, to complete 60 hours of community service and 12 weeks of anger management. He's also pleading guilty to counts 2 and 3, criminal trespass, with the terms 12 months probation, concurrent with count 1, to stay away from 642 Seminole Ave in Atlanta.
Yes, Mr. Chatai.
Yes, Your Honor, we stipulate, and I also ask this court to consider placing Mr. Roberts on non-reporting status after he completes the 60 hours of community service and 12 weeks anger management.
Okay. Mr. Roberts, it's my understanding that in case 25 CR 0000951G, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery against a police officer and 2 counts of criminal trespass and damage to property. Is that correct?
Sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
Oh, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
Oh, sir.
I'll accept the pleas as negotiated. Mr. Roberts, when you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation and have to pay those fees, okay? All right, good luck to you, sir.
36 and 37, Ms. Ruff, and she has to be interviewed.
Okay, so
I need to interview Ms. Ruff.
Your Honor, can we do Cobb County before she gets interviewed?
okay,
That is position number 31, Mr. Robert Reason.
and have you spoken to, well, first of all, are they on with us? Oh, this is here? What are we doing with Mr. Robertson?
This is going to.
1, 2, 3.
Who do we have here? I'm sorry. Mr. Chatai, who do we have here?
This is Mr. Robertson. This is going to be a NOLO, Your Honor.
Okay. And has that been worked out with the state?
No, Your Honor. I interviewed him this morning just now.
Any objection to a NOLO, Ms. Tucker?
One moment. Apologies for my dog barking in the background.
Uncross.
He does qualify for NOLO.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Robertson. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm this testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Speak up for me, please. I still can't hear you.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. You can place your hand down. Can we mute Ms. Pollock, please? Veronica Pollock, can you put yourself on mute? We can hear you, ma'am. Okay, yes, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge. Mr. Robertson will be pleading NOLO to count 1, battery. It's 12 months to serve 60 days, credit for time served 17 days, balance probated, 12 weeks of anger management, to have no further contact with Antonio Cheatman, to stay away from 225 Otley Drive in Atlanta, and to have no firearms while on probation.
12 weeks.
Yes, Mr. Chatai.
something like that. Yes, Your Honor, we stipulate, and my client informed me that he needs to get his belongings from the address before he leaves. So I was wondering if we could have a police escort for that.
Okay. One-time escort. And just so I'm making sure, Ms. Tucker, it's 12 weeks of anger management,
Yes.
and that's Mr. Tatai, that's your understanding?
Yes, that's my understanding too, Your Honor. And also, I was wondering if we could go to non-reporting status upon completion of the 12 weeks of anger management.
Okay. If nothing further, Mr. Roberson, it's my understanding that in case 25 CR 0009498, you wish to plead nolo to battery. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir, I am.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading nolo to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury? Is that a yes? Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead nolo?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll accept the nolo plea. Let's see, you can have a one-time police court escort to retrieve any belongings, and once you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Can we go back to 36, 37, rough?
Okay, we're gonna need a breakout room, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll put Mr. Tatai's laptop and medical into a breakout room when he's situated.
All right, Renee,
And Your Honor, Miss.
Anyone else that we can take at the present time?
No.
Okay, so we will be in recess then until someone's ready.
hello?
Is someone trying to get my attention?
Yes, I was.
Okay, so Ms. Pollock, I need for you to come on screen for me.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out how, hold on, start the video.
I had to stop it, Judge.
Okay.
I just gave it to
See
him.
me now?
Okay, yes, good morning, Ms. Pollock.
Hi,
Yes,
hi,
ma'am.
sweetie. I'm a nurse, so I'm having to step out. But I just
Okay.
wanted to see how much longer, because I've stepped away from working.
Okay, what case are you here on, Ms. Pollock?
Janice Ruff, which is my sister.
Okay, so if you'll give us a moment, Miss Pollock, Miss Ruff is being interviewed, and she will be next on my calendar. Okay, so she'll be with us in a few minutes.
Okay, I'll stay.
Okay. I'll make note that you're here, ma'am. Okay.
Your Honor, I'm
Thank you
sorry.
so much.
Also, I'm here for South Enix, Mr. Jared William, 17 Romeo.
Williams.
Jared William, yes, sir, South Enix. We're still standing by.
I need to actually interview that client, Miss Williams. So if we go to breakout room, I'll be able to interview.
He's position 17.
I thought he was 48 and 9.
He's position 17, Williams.
No, his last name, what's your last name?
His
His
last
name is Jared. First name is William.
Yeah. Okay, so Miss Kim, I have on the calendar that he's reset until the 25th.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
You are mute, Miss Kim.
Yes, that's what I have from PD White as well.
Okay, so we're not seeing Mr. Jarrett this morning. There's been a request that he be reset until the 25th. So I'll see him back on the 25th. Is that right, Mr. White?
Right, that's per one of our social workers, Judge. They're gonna he's a program that they're gonna be able to get him into, so
Okay, all right. So, all right, thank you, South Annex.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, no one, that's the only person there?
Yes,
Hello?
Okay, okay, thank you. I
Thank you.
appreciate it. Miss Hughley, do you need my attention?
Yes, Your Honor. I was told to appear in court at 9 a.m. For the case with Mr. Darachino Cox.
Let's see. Yes, Mr. Cox is also being reset, it's my understanding, until next Tuesday.
Until next Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So, yes, have a good day, Ms. Hughley.
You too.
Okay, we will be in recess until someone's ready to go forward.
Hey, I'm so sorry, Judge. Good morning. My name is Diamante Hayes, and I'm a care navigator for Patton. I just want to follow up with Mr. Robinson because I'm his care navigator, and I just wanted to confirm that he has 12 weeks of anger management.
Okay, good morning, sir. Mr. Robinson.
Position 31.
31.
Yeah, Cleveland Robinson.
Okay.
Robertson.
Yes, he had 12 weeks of anger management.
All right, and
Was
then what?
Was that your question?
Yeah, I'm sorry because I kind of missed the his hearing. So will he be getting released today?
No, he won't. He received 12 months to serve 60 days. He's given credit for time served 17 days. So he'll be in for a little bit longer.
Okay.
And part of his probation will be the 12 weeks of anger management.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Have a good day, Mr. Hayes.
You too.
Your Honor, regarding William Jarrett, where his parents?
Yes, I spoke to his social worker, Kia Burgess, yesterday. Originally, we were looking at getting him in a
Hold on,
program.
Ms. Thompson. Mr. White is representing him, so I'm going to refer you to Mr. White so that you can speak with him regarding your son and the social worker. So, Mr. White,
I don't believe he's in the room.
He's right here, Your Honor.
Okay.
Judge, they can call, I just tell them that basically, I can make the announcement again, whatever is easiest, but one of our social workers spoke with him. They've asked for him to be reset to the 25th in order to get him into a program. So.
We communicated yesterday that we have a plan to bring him home. So we're going to transport him. I don't know. I'm just getting a lot of mixed information, and we've been in court 3 times now.
I haven't seen him. I got this email yesterday, and once the social workers do their thing, then we just defer.
Okay.
So, I can inquire as to maybe getting him on next week. What's that? Okay. One of our other social workers here, she's going to reach out to Kia and see what we can do.
Okay.
Thank you.
all right. Good luck to you all. Yes.
Now I need that breakout room, Ms. Falk.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ms. Falk, have you heard the request?
I have, Your Honor. I'm prepared to go into a breakout.
Okay, can we put Mr. Lewis and Ms. Falk into a breakout room, please?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you, Ms. Grace.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
And Your Honor, Mr. Shatai had lost internet service on his laptop, so he wasn't able to complete the interview with Ms. Love.
Okay. Can we do it can you do it where you are there? If I put you into a breakout room in courtroom 2? Do we have other people there that?
We do have people in the courtroom, but I could put them in the back for him to do the interview.
Okay, however you all want to do it. So whatever will be easier for you all.
Medical and Shatai, so you can put us in the breakout.
So courtroom 2 and medical? Is that what you like?
Mr. Shatai could actually go to courtroom 1. And
Okay. Okay, so let me know when you get there and we'll put you into a breakout room, Mr. Shatai.
And, is Ms. Kim still on?
Ms. Kim?
Okay, let me see.
Your Honor.
Hey, Ms.
Yes, here she is.
Mr. Thomas, position number 45 or 47, he wanted to speak with you.
Okay, sure. He can call me at my phone office number, WebEx number, or I can call.
Can you call?
Thank you.
Hey, Kim, can you pop for them too, baby? What's it phone? When it rings?
Let me get it. If there's any more she wants to talk to here.
No. Just
That's
him.
it, just him?
Kim?
Go. Look at myself. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Kim.
You have a fine attorney, so because, okay. You're in court. I don't know, that's up to your attorney. At least they're not still on. What is it?
Have a seat.
To the Thompsons, you just got a direct message about a phone call. Read that, give me a call, please.
I got one more kind of finish it. Down. So are you gonna garden this year?
Okay, we're ready for 36, 37.
Sit down. Sit down. Stay ready.
All right, I can warm up the slide.
Judge Morrow, could you ask Miss Pollock to mute?
I'm here.
Yeah, he's not gonna be in court today, by the way. I didn't know later.
Hello.
Judge, you are muted.
Okay, thank you. So tell me again who we have at medical.
36 and 37, Ms. Ruff.
Okay, so, yes, Mr. Chatai, what are we doing with Ms. Ruff today?
Going to be a waiver of appearance and a not guilty plea, Your Honor. Also, Ms. Ruff would like for the court to consider setting aside the failure to appear and reinstating her bond. The reason that we asked for that is, my understanding is that Ms. Ruff was the victim of a hit and run in January. She was in Grady Hospital for some time during that month. She suffered some serious injuries. She had to undergo a couple of surgeries. And I also invited Ms. Ruff's emergency contact, her sister, Ms. Veronica Pollock, to talk about Ms. Ruff's case a little bit. So I'd like for the court to give her an opportunity to speak about this. But I also have a police report if the court would be interested. I was discussing the hit and run, saying that the police found Ms. Ruff with injuries when they arrived at the scene and that she was being transported by a Grady ambulance. So,
Okay.
so for those,
Okay.
that's the court to consider setting aside the failure to appear and to reinstate her original bond.
Okay, so Ms. Tucker, what court date did Ms. Ruff miss and what date was that?
Yes, Judge, she missed plea and arraignment on January 24th of this year in front of Judge Dixon.
Okay. And what you're telling me, Mr. Chatai, is that she had an accident around this time?
She was the victim of a hit and run on January 5th. I spoke with Ms. Pollock yesterday, her sister, and she's here on the Zoom meeting. And Ms. Pollock informed me that Ms. Rupp had to undergo 3 surgeries that month to treat some of her injuries.
Okay.
So,
Then my position is there should be some medical documentation, and if you send that to me, I can, null pros the FTA, but at this time I haven't received anything like that.
Okay, so Ms. Pollock, are you able to get us some medical record or medical information?
Yeah, yes, I am. I'm a nurse as well, Judge, Your Honor. And my sister was involved in a hit and run, which left her in serious condition in the middle of the street. She was in ICU. She had a pelvic surgery, a hip surgery, and also a left eye plate put in her eye. So she went through it. And that whole month, that's what we've been dealing with. Now, I tried to get her medical records. It's been hard because, like I say, I'm in the medical field too. But I tried to get her medical records. It takes 4 days, and she would have to consent for those. But what I figured out is how to kind of get in her my chart. And I did send, I think, one document to the attorney, but I could go in and send others. But due to all of this going on, no way. My sister was in bad shape with tubes all in her.
I understand, Ms. Pollock.
Yeah.
Do you have a police report?
Yes, I gave the attorney the police report.
Okay, so that should suffice. Ms. Tucker, if you get a police report, would that be sufficient for the state?
I'll send you the police report, Ms. Tucker.
Yeah, depending on what the police report says, because it sounds like the report, the hit and run was 1/6 and the P&A date was 1/24, but if it says she sustained severe injuries, then that could be sufficient.
Okay, so take a look at that. We'll and hopefully you'll now process the FTA. And what was the original bond?
It was a SOB through the jail.
Okay, and so that it was a signature bond through the jail, so that'll be reinstated.
Thank you, your judge, Your Honor.
Okay, you're fine, Ms. Pollock. Thank you for your patience and for being here today.
You are so very welcome. Enjoy the
Okay.
rest of your day.
You do the same. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, Ms. Ruff, I'm sorry that you've been going through that, but you'll get notice of your next hearing date, ma'am. And please don't miss that date, okay?
Are they waiving her arraignment? I mean, waiving.
It's a waiver.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, Ms. Ruff. Who do we have next?
We are ready to take a bullet, Judge, if you are.
Okay, so that is going to be on position number 1 and number 2, Tyrone Bachman.
I'm sorry, I mispronounced his name too. I apologize.
No, that's fine. And what are we doing with him today?
Judge, Mr. Bachman is going to tender a NOLO plea to the charge of battery, and the state is going to make a recommendation with respect to the second charge.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Bachman. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video, sir. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, sir. Yes, Ms. Falk.
Yes, Your Honor. And on count 1, the battery state has agreed to 12 months served 40 days, credit for time served 12 days. That is from April 10th to April 12th, 2022, March 3rd, 2025 to today. Balance probated, no further contact with Stacy Lofton in ADET. And we have agreed to do that as a NOLO plea on count 2. That would be the FTA null pros on the acceptance of this plea. We have spoken to the defense. The defense is requesting that probation terminate after the ADET. The state does oppose, but is requesting that probation go non-reporting after the ADET.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Lewis.
Judge, Ms. Falk has correctly stated our position. Judge, with respect to the facts of involving this case and why we're asking the court to accept a NOLO plea, there is a cross defendant in this very same case who has tendered a guilty plea prior to this date. And my client has shared with me some factors which would suggest that he is the respondent to the person who has tendered a guilty plea. And so as I will tell you, it's kind of hard to have two people both say that they are the batterers and not provoked to be the batterers. And so rather than keeping him in jail and awaiting the fight later on as to what really did and did not happen, he is entering this plea today. Judge, the second charge that you've got there, the failure to appear, this young man is, my calculations should be, he's born in 59 or 69?
59.
59, so he's older than me. And as such, Judge, he lost his daughter down in Savannah 2 days before that last court hearing. And I did not have prior communications with him. I took this as a pro bono case at the request of the judge. And so not having prior contact, I wasn't able to communicate to anybody that was what was going on with him. And so right now he wants to bring it to a close. He's got responsibility now for his grandchildren. And so he wants to end this matter and get back to that business.
Okay. Anything further?
Nothing from the state.
Okay. Mr. Bachman, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 002157F, you wish to plead NOLO to battery. Is that correct?
Sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading NOLO to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead NOLO?
No, sir.
I'll accept the NOLO plea, Mr. Bachman. Let's see, when you complete the terms of the probation, I'll have it go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation and have to pay those fees, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Bachman.
Mr. Lewis, make sure you send the plea paperwork to Katrina Lewis.
Okay, as soon as we get it, we will.
I sent it to you as an attachment earlier.
All right, then that being said, then we'll find it.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Judge, this is going to conclude my business before the court. May I be excused?
Yes, have a good rest of your day, Mr. Lewis. Good to
Thank
see you
you.
as
You too.
always.
Same here.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Let's see, who do we have next?
35, Mr. Redden.
Okay, is this Wendell Redden?
Sir.
Yes, okay, that's position number 30. Good. Morning, Mr. Redden. If you could raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, sir. It's my understanding, Mr. Katai, that this is a negotiated plea.
Negotiated plea, Your Honor, yes.
Very good. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Redden will be pleading to count 1, disorderly conduct, with the terms 12 months to serve 28 days, credit for time served 14 days, balance probated, to stay away from all MARTA locations, and to complete a BHET. Count 2, criminal trespass, will be 12 months probation concurrent with count 1.
Mr. Chatai?
We stipulate, Your Honor, and request that Mr. Redden go on non-reporting status once he completes the BHET.
Okay. Mr. Redden, it's my understanding that in case 25 CR 0000337A, you wish to plead guilty to disorderly conduct and criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Right.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
Sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Sure.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Sir.
Did anyone force or coerce you to plead guilty?
Sir.
Accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Redden. When you complete the terms, it'll go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation, okay? All right, good luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
Yes, 23 through 25, Mr. Santiago.
Position 38.
Thank you. And what are we doing with Mr. Santiago?
This is going to be a negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Santiago. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Sir.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge, this is going to be a plea to theft by shoplifting with the terms 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served 15 days, balance probated, to complete the anti-theft course, pay a $500 fine, and to stay away from 844 Cleveland Ave in East Point.
Mr. Chitani?
Stipulate, Your Honor, and ask that we go to non-reporting status for Mr. Santiago once the conditions are satisfied.
Okay, Mr. Santiago, it's my understanding that in case 25 CR 0000999A, you wish to plead guilty to theft by shoplifting. Is that correct?
No.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
Also,
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Santiago. When you complete the terms of the probation, I will have it terminate. So the sooner that you get it done, the sooner you're not going to be on probation, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
Thomas.
Okay, position 44. What are we doing with Mr. Thomas this morning?
There's also a negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Very good. Mr. Thomas, good morning. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Your Honor.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, sir. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Thomas is pleading guilty to count 1, driving while license suspended, with the terms 12 months to serve 18 days, credit for time served 9 days, balance probated with a $500 fine. Counts 2, 3, and 4 will all be time served.
Mr. Chittai?
Stipulate, Your Honor, and ask that this go to non-reporting status once the fine is paid.
Okay. Mr. Thomas, it's my understanding that in case 16 CR 011622J, you wish to plead guilty to driving while your license was suspended or revoked, no proof of insurance, unregistered vehicle, and failure to obey traffic signs, signals, and markings. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
Oh, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, I am.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Your Honor.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
I will accept, please as negotiated, Mr. Thomas. When you complete the terms, I'll have the probation terminate. Good luck to you, sir. Let's see, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Your Honor.
What are we doing with positions 48 and 49, Ms. Williams today?
Actually, we were not able to locate her. So I was hoping that we could find her today and be able to, because she can get out. I was hoping to interview her. Yesterday, other jail officers could not locate her.
Courtroom 2, we don't know where Miss LaShondra Williams is.
No, Your Honor, and being female, she's most likely be at ACDC, so.
I was at ACDC and they didn't have her.
What was her name?
They couldn't find her at ACDC.
What position is she?
That's position 48 and 49. Okay, well, you want to reset her till Thursday?
Sure.
48 and 49 was released. She came down here. That was that young lady that
Oh,
came to the door
okay.
today, and I told her that she was released for cases started on
I
Friday.
guess that's why they can't find her.
Yeah, she's gone. She
All right,
physically
so-
came down here. That was her this morning.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
And what about position number 3 and 4, Marcellus Bishop, Mr. White?
Resetting Mr. Bishop till 3/11 for social worker. Just it was evident that there were some issues going on. So
Okay,
You mean
so
313 or 318?
318?
yeah. And going back to Mr. Jarrett, the one that we had initially reset 325 for the social worker,
Yes.
we'd like to reset that to 318 at this point.
Okay.
Because I think his family was uncomfortable with that program. They're most likely going to bond him out and find their own help for him, but just in case he doesn't get bonded out.
Okay, so we'll reset position 17, Mr. Jarrett, to 318.
Thank you,
There
Judge.
was somebody on the line for 3 and 4. They was in the chat asking about their son, Bishop. Mr. Bishop.
That's Miss Saffel, Your Honor, and she does have an appointment she needs to get to. So, Miss Saffel, if you can hear me, your son's case was reset to next week so that a social worker can go and visit him and speak with him. So you are free to go today.
Okay. And let's see, I think does that complete the calendar for today? Did we miss anyone?
I'll find out when I go down the line. But I
Okay,
think that's pretty much it.
all right, so as soon as Ms. Lewis is ready, we'll have her go over the calendar.
I'm ready. Can everybody hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Good morning still. All right. Position, I'm gonna start with the add-on calendar. So position 1 and 2 took a plea. And position number 3 is reset further notice with a amended bond of $500 SOB through the jail. The original counter, position 1 was a plea, a no-low plea. Position number 2 was non-pros. Position 3, 4, and 5 is going to reset to the SAP for 318. Position number 6 was a plea. Position number 7 is going to be reset to 313 along with his other case. His added-on case is also reset already to the counter. So that's going to be an add-on counter, Ms. Falk, just letting you know, because the counter for the 13 is already sent out, which is Thursday. So
Yes, ma'am.
that's going to be an add-on with that position. Position number 8, waiver arraignment, reset for trial, further notice. Position 9 was released, reset for the notice. Position 10 was released, reset for the notice. Position number 11 and 12 is reset for the SAP 318. Position number 13 was a plea. Position number 14 was non-pros. Position number 15 was a plea. Position 16 was a non-pros. Position number 17 is reset to 318 SAP. Position 18, waiver arraignment, reset for trial, further notice. Position number 19 was a plea. Position 20 was non-pros. Position 21 was non-pros. Position 22 is a no-low plea. Position 23 was a no-low plea. Position 25 was a guilty plea. Position 24 was a guilty plea. Position 25, waiver arraignment, reset for trial, further notice. Same announcement for 26, waiver arraignment, reset for the notice along with the add-on case as indicated on the calendar. Position 27 was a plea. Position number 28 is reset for the notice, waiver arraignment. The bond is amended to $1,000 SOB through the jail. Position 29 is going to be non-pros. Position number 30 was a plea. Position 31 was a no-low plea. Position 32 was a plea. Position 33 was a plea. Position 34 was non-pros. Position 35 was a plea. Position 36, waiver arraignment, reset for trial, further notice. Same announcement for 37 until we get the paperwork verifying her condition. And I guess Ms. Tucker, you will non-pros that you'll let me know, right?
Yes, I have not received any documentation yet.
Okay, so both those cases is just reset for the notice for trial until I receive the paperwork for the FTA. Position number 38 is a plea. Position 39, waiver arraignment, reset for trial, same announcement for 40. Waiver arraignment, reset for trial, further notice. Going along with 41 and 42, same announcement. 43, reset for SAP 318. Position 44 was a plea. Position 45 and 46 is reset for SAP 318. And with position 47, 318. Position 48 and 49 was released, reset for the notice. Position 50 is reset for the SAP 313. Position 51, reset for the SAP 313. Position 52 was released, and 53, same people. They were released, cases reset for the notice. Position 54 and 55 enter a plea. Is any corrections or comments?
On John Wilson, position 50 and 51, that's going to be part of an add-on? Since it's reset 313?
Yep, it sure will be an add-on.
Okay, and 52 and 53, I apologize. I missed it.
52 and 53, the person was released.
Oh, released. Thank you.
Yeah, he made the purge.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Can we verify number 35?
35, okay. We got a lot going on today, y'all. 35, that was a plea.
Thank you.
He took a plea.
Okay, got it.
Anything else?
Anything else, y'all?
Nope.
I appreciate everybody. If you get your paperwork to me in timely manner, I appreciate the non-process coming over and we was in court. Ms. Howard, Ms. Courtney Howard, I will send you a copy of the result that counted for your court reporter report. Anything else?
Thank you so much.
All right, Ms. PD, Kim, I can't open up your document. Please send it to me another way, ma'am. I
I'll do that.
appreciate it. Yes, yes, and Mr. Shatai, thank you also. So I appreciate everybody. Just get your paperwork to me.
Bye,
Just get your
everyone.
paperwork to me. All righty, thank you.
I had a question.
He has a question.
Who has a question?
All right, so for Ms. Ruff, what documentation do you need? So I sent Ms. Tucker the police report. Is there anything else you need? I'll get in touch again with her sister to see if I can get the records, but like you said, it's going to take a couple of days to get it prepared.
She said she had one screenshot from my chart. If she's already sent that to you, send that to me as well. But that police report, if it says she suffered severe injuries, that will corroborate what everybody said, and I'll now process the FTA.
Okay. All right, I'll send you the my chart.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll see y'all next week. Have a good rest of your day.